Hello, good people. It is I, Chris. And by the way, thank you for voting for the gesticulations in my wild hand motions because I like doing them. So I'm going to keep doing them. Whatever. You got to be me. I got to be me. Okay. So, first of all, happy Thursday, February the 8th. We made it. We're almost to Friday. My kids have tomorrow off for some inexplicable reason. I want to talk today about the court case that the Supreme Court is hearing on Donald Trump and the 14th Amendment. So at one level, this is really arcane stuff. So we're talking about the 14th Amendment, Section 3. I want to read it. Brace yourself. No person shall be a senator or representative in Congress or elector of president and vice president or hold any office, civil or military, under the United States or under any state who, having previously taken an oath as a member of Congress or as an officer of the United States or as a member of any state legislature or as an executive or judicial officer of any state to support the Constitution of the United States, shall have engaged in an insurrection or rebellion against the same. Okay. Man, they knew how to write back then, huh? At issue here is a ruling by the Colorado Supreme Court that said, under what I just read, Donald Trump is disqualified from the ballot because he helped lead an insurrection on January 6th against the United States. So the Supreme Court he appealed, obviously, and the Supreme Court is hearing that appeal today. So the Trump argument is largely semantics. Okay, so you probably didn't pay attention, but in there it says any officer. And the argument is, well, Trump isn't an officer of the United States. He was the president of the United States. It's not specifically specified in the amendment that it relates to a president. So that's semantic number one. Semantic number two is that Donald Trump did not, in fact, it wasn't an insurrection on January 6th. I would argue it pretty obviously was, but it wasn't legally an insurrection on January 6th, and Donald Trump didn't foment or incite the insurrection. So I am not a lawyer. Sorry, Mom. But my basic read on this is as follows, and it's a political read. The Supreme Court, and John Roberts, the Chief Justice in particular, does not want to deal with this issue. He just doesn't. They don't want to litigate whether the frontrunner to be the Republican nominee for president and the guy who was the president 4 years ago should be on the ballot, because that is laying a big thumb on the scale if they say he shouldn't be on the ballot. On the other hand, I don't think the Supreme Court, even though, yes, I know it is a conservative majority by 6-3, I don't think the Supreme Court wants to say, yeah, it's totally fine. What Donald Trump did, all good, no problem. January 6th wasn't an insurrection. No big issue. I don't think they want to get involved in that either. So I think they're going to try to do this in the narrowest way possible. Colorado is not the only state where there are challenges under the 14th Amendment to keep Donald Trump off the ballot. So this will have broader implications almost no matter what the Supreme Court says and does. My guess is they find a way. These are pretty good lawyers. They find a way to keep Donald Trump, and judges, they find a way to keep Donald Trump on the ballot. Because I think otherwise you would really have major issues. Trump would obviously make a huge deal of it. It would look like the hand was being put on the scale for Biden, or at least against Trump. I'm talking about politically speaking, again, not a lawyer. And I think that would be a major problem. In my mind, and I don't know if this will work, but in my mind, the only way that this country decides they don't want Donald Trump anymore is at the ballot box. I think that's the best and only way for this to really happen. I think any other way will be undermined, will be spun, will be suggested that this was somehow nefarious. Now, he may say that too if he loses at the ballot box in November. He said it in 2020 despite no evidence. But I really do think that that's the only way that this is going to run itself through our system, if it is going to run itself through our system. So keep an eye on it. Remember, the Supreme Court does not want to deal with this. They have to deal with it. I think they're going to try to find a narrow way to deal with it. Maybe I'll be surprised again. Not a lawyer, just repeating. Sorry, Mom, again. But that's the big news politically today and legally. So keep an eye on that. look, I'm making these videos every day. I hope you're enjoying them. Thank you for watching them. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please spread the word about the channel. Like the videos. Do anything and everything you can to make this succeed. I'm trying like hell. Thanks for being there to support me. All right, take care. See you tomorrow.